Gente, acho que o momento bastante esperado de hoje, então eu tenho a super honra de chamar Jonathan e Drew. Please, welcome.
Hello. Wait. No, this is all wrong. Looks good. All right.
Welcome.
This is all wrong. We need to change this. Okay. No, joking. I'm joking. Where would you like us? Over here? Over here?
Para conduzir esse encontro, eu vou chamar Letícia Pires, da Quinto Andar. Por favor, Letícia, seja bem-vinda.
I'm just going to do this. I'm going to sit here and do this the whole time. So we can see from all angles.
Obrigada. Hi, guys. Yeah.
Well,
It's
thanks
okay
for
for
coming to hang out with us, guys. Hello.
Okay.
I'm sorry that my back will be like this.
First, I have just a little note for everybody. Gente, essa conversa vai ser feita em inglês e aí a gente tem esses fones. Estou muito nervosa, né? Essa é muita responsabilidade. E quem não tem os fones pode pegar aqui atrás, não, ali atrás. Junto com o café. Tem uma mocinha ali, ó. Então, só para avisar para quem preferir escutar em português, a gente tem essa tradução. Okay, let's start. Yeah, I'm pretty nervous. I have to introduce myself. I forgot it.
You're nervous? Hold on. I'll help with that. This helps.
Oh my God. What's happening? Oh. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
We charge.
Okay, my name is Leticia. I'm a designer manager in a startup in Brazil. You can rent your apartment by your phone with an app. That's what I do. Unfortunately, I'm not working with design in homes.
So if you say to somebody, call me, it's actually just to rent your apartment.
You don't need to call. You can do it in our app. Yeah.
Nice. Very handy.
Yeah, it's really amazing. But today is not about me, unfortunately, because, I'm not a TV, not yet. But we are here to know more about you guys. And my first question is about how did you start on this new passion? Because by my research, I know that Drew wanted to be an actor, and Jonathan had an experience as a magician. It is?
Nerd.
Really?
How do you go from acting and magic to real estate on TV?
Yeah.
It was a long, winding path to get there. But it started when we were coming out of high school. We didn't want to be struggling artists, and so we thought, let's invest in real estate. And so we read all kinds of books. We even saw on TV where they say, make millions with no money. And we're like, okay, this sounds good. We learned enough that we bought our first house at 18 years old. It was a $200,000 home. The person couldn't make their payments, so we were able to take over their mortgage and only put down $250. And so we had a new house, $250, renovated it, sold it a year later for a $50,000 profit, and all of a sudden we're like, we'd never had that kind of money. And so what do?
Hit the club. No, we reinvested it, and then we continued to reinvest our money, and 10 years went by, we grew a real estate company, and then I realized I missed acting. That was my true passion. The whole reason I did real estate was to be able to be an actor and afford to be an actor, and then I went back to auditioning, but instead of getting roles, like acting roles, I started getting host roles as a real estate expert. And so I kept auditioning as a real estate expert, and finally I was pitched for a show. Do you know the show American Idol? Right? Well, I was pitched for a show called Realtor Idol.
Worst idea ever.
Terrible show. But that didn't happen, but then Property Brothers did. And we're excited. I mean, we air in over 160 countries, and we inspire people around the globe, and we're almost at 400 houses. We've done 400 episodes.
Wow.
for the shows. So it's a lot of people to help.
Yeah, it's amazing. And like you're saying, you're really passionate about what you do now, but how it transformed it? Like in the beginning was more than now. How you relate with this passion now?
Actually, the big thing for us in the beginning, we would do one house, we would renovate it, we would sell it, we get another place. Then we started doing 2 houses at a time. Then we would do 3. And now with homeowners on our shows, we have, for Property Brothers and Brother versus Brother, we have 35 houses on the go right now at one time. So we do about 45 houses a year, but we have a lot of houses on the go, and it's a bigger process. We have a big team. We have hundreds of employees that work for our different companies. It's busy, so we're getting less sleep now.
Okay. And
What most people don't realize is, with all that stress, I'm actually totally gray. I color my hair.
And we're
We're
also a
not
cloning
bold.
experiment. Discovery Home and Health, they've cloned us, and there are actually 10 of us to be able to do all the jobs that we do.
Oh, I see.
And we sound much sexier when we're dubbed into Portuguese, by the way. They give me a low voice. Hola. Obrigado.
Irmãos Obra.
And let's talk about a little bit about backstage. I want to hear funny stories. I'm really curious about if any family refused to move to a new place that you made, or something weird, fun facts.
Nobody's ever refused to move in. Usually everybody loves when they
They
move
would be
in.
an idiot if they refused to move in. It looks so nice. Oh.
Sometimes there'll be an individual piece of art or piece of furniture that they
Yeah,
don't
they
like,
don't like.
and then I just tell them to go to hell. That's easy to change, so no problem. But some of the funny stuff, we should be therapists because the couples fight sometimes so bad that we're standing there like we're third wheeling on a date or something. Like we're standing, it's very awkward, and they're fighting about something, and we're like, okay, so let's talk about your feelings, and blah, blah. It's very awkward.
How we get past that, though, is Jonathan just puts a sledgehammer in their hands, and nothing is therapeutic like hammering a wall. It's actually, we call it demo therapy. But other things, we were telling somebody earlier that last year, Jonathan was demolishing a house, and he was ripping open the drywall on the wall, and when he ripped it open, there was a 10-foot-long snake in the wall, alive. And the snake looked at Jonathan, and Jonathan looked at the snake, and they both screamed like little girls, and then he changed his pants. Imagine that inside your walls. It's creepy.
And it was in Canada, not in Brazil.
That was
Nashville, U.S.
Ah, okay, U.S. And
Not-
it wasn't a snake.
No, if it was here in Brazil, it would be one of
Alligator.
those giant rodents. What is that? I see them down by the canal. Those-
Capivara.
Yeah, capivara. Yeah.
Capivara.
If I
Imagine
open
finding
a
that in your wall.
there's a capybara. Eat me.
No, but they are okay, I think.
They're lazy.
So
They're
I should go
friendly.
pet one? See
Yeah,
one?
you can pet
Yeah.
one. I think maybe in São Paulo we can find someone who is
Yeah.
petting a capivara, maybe. I don't know.
I'm no longer listening to you anymore.
Yeah. That's
Bad
like,
advice.
so where we live, if you guys have seen, we've done some renovations up in the Rocky Mountains, up in Alberta. Our parents live up there as well. And up there you get bears, like really big bears. You get moose, elk, sheep, and deer. Tourists will come to Banff, where they are. Tourists will come there, and they'll put their kids on the back of one of the wild animals to take a picture. Are you crazy? Trying to put your
people are
kid
dumb.
on the back of a bear or a moose? Anyway, tourists do dumb things.
Yeah. I didn't know about this.
What dumb things should we do here?
Okay, and talk more about, you have this special thing with kids and dogs, at least all the episodes that I watch it. What do you think about this? What
Everybody
happened?
knows to get the good ratings, babies and puppies. Everybody knows that.
And my wife.
Yeah,
Linda does really well for ratings. Yeah.
We do have, like a lot of times the families we're working with, have kids, and kids are adorable. most of the time. Sometimes, nightmare. But I also have 2 dogs, and so I love dogs. And so when I can ever do anything really cute and create a space for the dog as well, I think the audience likes to see that.
We love, I mean, I look forward to having kids soon. Linda and I are further along in the process in the sense that Jonathan still needs to find a lovely wife before he has a child. But anyway, playing with our kids on the show and getting them a part of the process is so much fun. Honestly, when we're filming our shows, it doesn't feel like work. Our whole crew, we laugh so much every day, we kind of are surprised we get any work done. But you have to enjoy what you're doing, and we're very passionate about what we do, and I hope you can see that when you watch the shows.
Yeah, I think it's there. And I'm really curious about the cruise. I know that you did a cruise experience last year. And how is take vacations with fans? It's like a lot of people screaming. And
did anybody here come on the cruise? We had one hand back there. It's fun, you know. For us, we had the ship was 5,000 people, but you know, we almost we feel like our fans are our extended family. And so to go do something unique and experience like the cruise, or even just coming here at the live stage show that we did, it's fun.
Yeah. We had, so we would do like karaoke parties, and we would do dance parties and everything. And sometimes the parties went until like 2 in the morning and stuff like that. But on the ship, you know, it's pretty fun. Everything you need is there. So we always try to decide, do we want to do something like that? Do we want to do something like this where we can see many cities?
What about a samba party?
A samba party would be pretty good. Yeah.
You're all invited.
Everybody teach us how to dance. He's the one who knows how to dance. I need somebody to teach me.
Okay, I see.
I don't really know how to dance, but I mimic well. The girl yesterday was showing me.
Oh, you're good
For
at
like
some
samba,
samba.
she was showing me the steps, and she was like, do it like you're gonna walk somewhere, then you're like, nope. Nope, I can't quite make it. You can't quite get past the steps, so she just kept telling me to do this. This little,
1, 2,
lots
3,
of
1,
this.
2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, this other is like salsa. It's something in Central America, I think.
Yeah.
Is it possible for everybody to stand up and show me a samba right now?
Oh,
Is that
I
possible?
want to see
What does
that.
that look like? Show
I'm
me.
filming this. If you guys can do this for me.
Don't be that one person who doesn't stand up. So,
All right.
Okay, I'm gonna do this.
we're gonna film.
We
this.
are at a very important conference in Brazil, in Sao Paulo. And
the Samba Media Conference.
all of our media consultants are going to samba and
All right.
go.
How does it go? 1, 2, 3.
Show me that samba.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, more hips. More hips.
You have no hips, sir.
Oh, yes. This is the way to do it. I'm posting that on my Instagram story.
This could be the best thing I have ever experienced at a press junket before.
I love how they had the music ready to go. Only in Brazil.
You're good wherever you are. Oh, no, the sound guy. Oh, you're over there.
Wow, I didn't expect that.
Where were we?
I wasn't.
Thank you.
I wasn't expected. So okay.
Now everybody,
Let's
take your clothes
check
off.
it.
No, all right.
No, it's early for that.
Put your shirt back on, sir. All right.
Okay, we are talking about you have a lot of business companies. You're not only the show, and how you divide the work, you shift positions, or do you like anything more than the other?
Well, we love business, and as we look at the landscape of our business, we're always thinking about how each arm of the business can support the other. So our TV shows are a great way to get our brand out there and talk about what's important to us. We never compromise on our brand. We won't partner with companies that we believe are bad partners. We believe in quality products and family, and so that's important. We also own our production company, and so we produce all of our shows, but we also produce shows like Nate Berkus and Jeremiah. We produce Courtney and Dave Wilson.
Nate and Jeremiah? They are down here. On
So we produce a lot of other shows that we're not in as well. In addition to that, we have our Scott Living line. So we have furniture and mattresses and decor. And that side of our business, we hit $500 million in retail sales last year. So it's, just these two goofy twins that do real estate. We also have a very large business. And the great thing is it allows us to hire the best people in the business. So for us, it's all about hiring people that we can trust as we continue to expand that business in other areas.
Yeah. Because there's only so much that Jonathan and me ourselves can do, especially on TV. There's only so much time available for our faces, and these are fading fast.
Yeah.
But so that's why we have hired a really great team to help take some of that load off of us, and it's like that extended family of us. So.
But do you like to do any responsibilities more than the other?
Oh, yeah.
Or?
Well, you know, we're pretty passionate about all the companies. You know, we look at what initiatives we have, and we don't take things on if we're not truly passionate. That was something that our parents taught us when we were little. They always said, if you're passionate about something, don't let anybody tell you can't do it. And if somebody says you can't do it, find 5 ways that you can do it, and pursue the passion. And so, you know, when we look at the shows, for example, Jonathan reviews a lot of the, you know, we look at the edits for construction purposes. I'll oversee some of the development of our other shows. When we look at our real estate investments, Jonathan's headed up some commercial projects, whereas I've tackled some residential. So we do sort of go back and forth, and we mix it up.
One of my favorites is developing products. You know, we love developing products that actually solve problems in the home. And so there are some retailers, they'll sell you a product, but they know that the first time you move, it falls apart, and then you have to buy it again. We like building products that you can buy, and they will stay with you and stay working. So.
And also, we actually just designed an app that you can play on your phones. It's called Property Brothers Home Design, and it's a game. But fans were always asking, you know, how can we design something with you? If we can't personally be there in their home, they'd like to design something with us. And the game is sort of a fun way to design spaces. You play jewel games that will earn dollars that you spend towards the renovation on the game. And it's a lot of fun. So if you haven't checked it out, download it. It's called Property Brother Home Design. You've tried it? Yeah, it's fun. It gets challenging.
We had another technology idea, because we hear a lot of people on social media say, oh, my husband hasn't fixed this, and he's not handy at all. So they're robots that are rent-a-husbands, and
Yes.
no, I'm just joking, we don't have.
Best way to get a renovation done, marry a contractor.
Yeah, talking about the places, the homes, what do you think define a good place to live in?
Well, a house, how we always explain it, a house is just, you know, the doors, the windows, the roof, but a home is where the heart is. A home is where you feel safe. Everybody at one time. But no, a home really is where you feel safe and comfortable, and you're excited to wake up every morning. That's why we inspire people to create their dream home.
I'm going to try that too. Nothing is sweeter than a child's laughter. See, that's good.
Nothing is sadder than Jonathan crying at home after a failed date. No,
I agree. It's all about, you know, what makes the home special for you, for your family. Every family has a different problem that needs to be solved. You know, one thing we do find today, at least in Canada and in the United States, is a lot of the families we work with, they want to create multi-functioning spaces at home so that instead of spending all the money to take the kids to the movies or to go to, you know, yoga or this or whatever it is, they create these spaces at home, so now they can have the kids' friends over at home, or they can spend time at home. So I love that. Like specialty rooms are my favorite.
And about future, like when you think about the home of our futures, what do you have as a perspective? What's going to come?
Yeah.
Star Trek.
Yeah, literally, when you think
Really?
Star Trek, like technology.
Too cold.
No.
I think like a...
Technology we mean though. So for example, our houses, we can control absolutely everything from my phone. And I used to use this for evil. My wife will be home and I'll be on the road traveling, and I'll turn on a TV in a different room so she hears voices in the house.
He's not going to be married for very long.
Yeah. No, but it's nice. One, it's better for the planet too, because operating everything, we can set up systems that are going to save energy, less wasted lights, less wasted heating.
The one thing that we do hear from a lot of our fans here is they said, open concept, not such a thing here. I'm like, well, everything comes in time. One of the things...
Conceptos, Albertos. Concepto Albertos? Is that
Concerto
I tried.
Alberto?
Conceito aberto.
Yeah.
There
Can
we go.
be.
I was close.
Something like
Ou
that.
ambiente aberto.
What she said. So, but what it is, it comes in time. So we always think, open concept is just the dining room, kitchen, living room. It's where you entertain, because I hate it when the person who's preparing the meals is isolated from everybody else. And sometimes it's nice if you are there in the morning and you're making breakfast, the kids can sit at a breakfast bar at the island or at a peninsula. There's things like that. So you'll see the only reason sometimes people want closed concept is cooking smells, or if they're a really bad cook and they don't want people to smell them cooking.
Or if you don't want to have the toilet sitting in the middle of your bedroom.
Open concept is not for the toilet.
I got it. I understand. They're gonna do that. Fix my home. Okay. I know that you're really in few hours here in Brazil, but could you notice something about our buildings?
Yeah, well,
And
we were telling
houses?
people, the moment we stepped off the plane, we had droves, like lots of fans at the airport, we had fans at the hotel, we had, like the building here was shaking with so many people here yesterday. And we've had a little bit of time to go around some of the communities as well, but as beautiful as some of the areas are, we were down in, it's like an art district, you have murals that are all over, all the walls for local artists. I guess it's street art, I can't remember where that was. Loved it, it was beautiful. But the thing we've noticed the most here is it is the people that are beautiful, because the people are so warm and welcoming and inviting. No, honestly, you guys have been, and we see it on social media as well, on Instagram. The pictures and the engagement from our fans here in Brazil is bigger than anywhere else. It literally is. São Paulo is our largest growing fan base over the last year. It has been on social media.
Because you guys are amazing. That's why Brazilian people love you.
Well, thank you.
They're smart. See, I've always said Brazilians are smart. I'm going to show you here, just so you don't think we're just making this up. I'm going to show the camera here in a close-up. This is our audience right now on social media.
Okay.
Where are you here? Can you see that? That's Sao Paulo.
Look at that. The next city down is New York.
Whoa.
You're over double the audience of one of the largest U.S. cities. I'm now going to show you Jonathan's personal phone number.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No.
So, it's talking about the actual architecture. I have noticed, in some of the communities, there's some beautiful larger homes and everything, but the majority of the communities we've gone through, smaller homes, brick construction. So don't try to sledgehammer through that wall. But a lot of the stuff that we do on Property Brothers, it relates to any space, whether it's big or small. So from the design side. You'll actually notice the newest episodes of our show, in fact, the season we're filming right now, over half of the houses are only, about 100,
less than 100 square meters.
Yeah. So you get to see some of these ideas for smaller concept spaces.
Yeah, because, it's a big city, so we have small places.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I'm lost a little bit.
While you catch up,
Just a minute.
I'm going to tell you, while you catch up, I'm going to tell you guys a couple things. So, has anybody seen our show, Brother versus Brother? You've watched it? That's where we compete, the two of us. We each buy a house, we renovate it.
Who usually wins that show?
It's fine, it's fine. Anyway. Is that your epic crotch shot?
Yes.
Anyway, so on Brother versus Brother, it's a lot of fun. We're competing, but right now we have two houses in the neighborhood that I live in LA, in Los Angeles, and he's renovating the house next door to mine. He grabbed the house next door. I think it's good for me because I can spy on him while he's renovating. But I just think it's funny that out of all the cities in all of North America, we decided to be in the house next door, and then I'm doing a house a block up.
But here's even more interesting. So just before the tour, we were at Drew's home in Los Angeles, and the security company called, the alarm was going off on the construction property, which is just down the street. And so we said, well, sometimes it's sawdust or sometimes it's a mistake because it's construction. So we looked on the cameras and no, somebody was breaking into the house. Really? And so the security company and the police would take time to get there. So we went over with a sledgehammer and we foiled the robbery and held them until the police got there. And
Yeah.
it proves when you have two 6'5" guys with sledgehammers, you don't mess with us.
Well, I just want to know, what idiot is breaking into our house, like the renovation house? We're contractors, we have tools, we have hammers, we have nail guns. What are you thinking of doing that? Because the moment you step in, we're right there. They better just be like this, kind of.
You have the whole high, right? I have the problem that I don't have the high, so
But
I
good
don't have
things-
the hammer too.
But you can get their knees.
Yeah. They say good things come in small packages.
Yes.
Or do
Thank you.
They say small, dark, and handsome. No, it's tall, dark, and handsome. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay, I think we have a question here about there is any moment in, like for families that influences the solution that you conceive for the family in the project? I mean,
100%. 100%. Family is the basis of everything that we do. And so when you watch our shows, there's a lot that happens behind the scenes. It's just not as entertaining for TV, and we only have an hour for the show. But in behind the scenes, we're finding out what is most important for that family. As Jonathan mentioned, if a family is really, their money is really tight and they don't want to be going out for movies and out for dinner, maybe to have a space where they can all spend time together is important. Maybe redoing their kitchen so they have room for the whole family to cook together is important.
Well, what usually gets overlooked is most people focus on the areas that they have guests over to. But I believe, especially for parents, you need a relaxing space to just let work worries go away, the chaos of children go away and all that. I like that the master bedroom is a place where you wake up and you just go, if you wake up and you go, that's not very relaxing.
Not as relaxing.
You can't recharge your batteries.
Okay. And there is any particular part of the house, I think you answered that already, but the particular place, room in the house that you like the most?
Serenity for me. The master
toilet.
closet.
Oh,
And
sorry.
the toilet.
Yeah.
The master closet. I love organization. Everything, it drives my wife crazy, I think, because she's a little bit more relaxed. Like everything for me has its place and it's all clean.
Let me tell you this about his master closet. Who saw the special on
You
his
see the
house?
renovation on my house in LA? It was on Discovery Home in Hell. You've seen everything that we do.
Yeah.
Well, thank
So
you.
when we were filming the renovation on his house, I was upstairs framing for the next level, and I could hear down below, Drew and his wife were in what will be the master closet discussing. He was trying to negotiate her down to 30% of the closet.
I get 70, she gets 30. But she's shorter and smaller stuff. But
I
anyway,
agree.
we went to 60-40. But no, I love organization. So anywhere, here's a tip. If you're selling your house, a lot of houses, they'll just put a rod in the closet to hang jackets on, but that doesn't maximize the use of the space. So if you can organize your closets so that you have shoe shelves, you have drawers, you have a couple of bars, that is more valuable, and buyers, especially women, who are usually the buyers in a household, they will notice it, and that will give you more value in the house if you have that organization.
My favorite space is actually on the outside. I love outdoor areas. So I don't know if anyone's seen my house in Vegas with the water slide and stuff. For me, I love entertaining outside. So
there, Jonathan just pointed out, for me, it's on the inside that matters. For him, it's what's on the outside
just
that matters.
what outside that counts.
It's his dating life, too.
Okay, so we have some time to open for the audience to ask questions for the Scott brothers.
I have my cheat translator here if I need it.
Okay. So, anybody? Okay.
There's one over there.
Yeah.
Yep, I can hear. All right.
We have microphones coming to you.
And we love questions. Do you want to know, does the plaid shirt match the underwear? We can answer this.
See.
Boa tarde, meu nome é Fabrício Buzeto, eu sou diretor de marketing da Sangoban. Sou um grande fã de vocês, assim como todos que estão aqui. E talvez essa minha pergunta represente a pergunta de muitos fãs que estão aqui. Quando teremos uma temporada inteira no Brasil?
This is a good question.
We have proposed it to Discovery Home and Health. We would be open. There's a lot involved because we have to shoot 20 to 30 projects at one time. That, as anyone who has done construction here, from what I've heard, sometimes you get delays in construction. We want to make sure that everything gets done and whatnot, but we have proposed that it would be an amazing place for us.
Terrible answer. We are going to start that season right now. You get a house. Okay. No, but we would love to. It would be absolutely phenomenal. And we like renovating and designing houses in different areas. That's why we're the only show on TV for renovations that goes to a different city every 3 to 4 months, because we're trying to show you a lot of different construction.
We also, if you look at the other hosts and the other shows on the network, most of their hosts do 8, 10, maybe 13 hours a year, 13 episodes a year. We do 45. So it's a lot of work, but yeah, because we've proposed, I think, even if we did a shorter, we said we would do a shorter season if we could come to Brazil and do maybe 15 episodes, something like that.
Yeah, it'd be fun. Where's the next question?
Hi. I'm Anna. I'm a journalist. My question is, I wonder how you got the ideas for the shows, like Brother versus Brother,
Right. Buying and selling.
the others, and I know that you have a new one, and the Forever Home that premiered in May, if I'm not mistaken.
You're
So
the
how
first
you got
person who's
the-
mentioned the new show in all of Brazil. We'll
Thank
tell you a
you.
little bit about that. For us, it really does, everything comes from you. Everything comes from our fans. We listen to you, and then we adapt our shows based on what you're asking for and what you want to see.
So for example, people say, we want more Jonathan, all the time.
Now the show is called Property Brother.
Yeah.
No, so Property Brothers originally, that is what we were doing with clients at the time. We were working with clients the same way you would see on Property Brothers. But then we were asked, well, you're helping with people who are buying a house to renovate. What about people who need to sell their house and want to get top dollar? That's when we brought buying and selling. If you guys have seen on Discovery Home and Health, buying and selling, it's helping people sell. And then we were talking to the network, and we said, hey, people seem to love the brotherly rivalry, the sibling rivalry, the competition. And we said, why don't we try flipping 2 houses? And so Brother versus Brother came around. And then Property Brothers Forever Home, you'll see that in the coming seasons. You're going to see that. That's the new version of Property Brothers, where right now Property Brothers helps people who are buying to renovate. Property Brothers Forever Home is helping people who already own a house and they want to stay there, and we're going to help renovate that house.
And we also have a special new short-run series that will come next year to Discovery Home and Health. It's a top secret, but it involves major celebrities helping us do surprise makeovers. So watch for that one as well.
You'll love that.
Ok, eu sou Marici Ferreira e faço a feira de licenciamento no Brasil na semana que vem. E estive em Las Vegas e vi o produto de vocês licenciado e gostaria de saber quando vocês vão abrir o licenciamento aqui da marca de vocês no Brasil.
Yeah.
We are actively looking at expanding Scott Living throughout Latin America already. So we do have people who will be taking in the licensing show here and throughout Latin America. But yeah, the Las Vegas show is sort of the central hub for how we get that out there. And that's not just licensing for our products, that's for our kids' books, that's for our, TV shows, everything.
And so, yeah, hopefully it will be coming soon. When you were in Las Vegas, did you see us on the side of that building? The side of where they do the licensing expo in Las Vegas, the building is like 15, 20 stories high, and it's our faces on the side of the building.
I think, other than the Great Wall of China, our poster is the only other thing you can see from the moon.
Yeah.
Oh, microphone. Do you want to swap the microphone?
Here, we're going to get you a new one.
You broke it.
Agora? Somos muito fãs de vocês. Viemos em várias meninas. Deixamos nosso chefe louco de liberar a gente de trazer aqui. E a gente vê que vocês mexem muito na vida das famílias. Então, até que ponto que vocês se envolvem com eles, têm uma relação com as famílias?
Like romantically?
Can be.
Maybe one day.
Only once. Okay.
No, and thank you to your boss for sending you guys here. That is an amazing boss. Oh, you're the boss. There you go. Well, yeah.
May I just say, I think she should get a raise. Yeah.
No, we actually love, we're a family that works together. We like helping families, and when we work with families, we really do become sort of like the cool uncle and the creepy uncle. We become family with them, and so a lot of them we do stay in touch with after the fact. Actually, one thing that's funny that happened with me with one of the families. So I don't have any kids yet. You know the Lego? You know Lego? There's Legoland. So there's a place you can go in a couple of different cities. It's called Legoland, and it's this whole big, it's like building like this, and it's all big Lego structures. It's amazing. You're only allowed to go if you have a kid with you. And my wife wanted more than anything else to go to Legoland to see this, and we had to steal one of the kids from our homeowner to go to Legoland. So that's how I interact with them. I take their children and babysit for the day.
And I'm the creepy brother.
Hi, here. My name is Juliana. I'm head of marketing of QuickBooks here in Brazil. And my question is, I have gone through 3 renovations in my home, and I'm just terrified because it went completely wrong every single time. So what is your top 1 advice for someone that is going to renovate their homes?
Number 1, the cheapest quote is not the best quote. If you're looking at contractors, I always say get 3 quotes. But the cheapest is never the best. Also, educate yourself as to what's expected in the process. Sometimes homeowners have these lofty goals, and it's unrealistic with the budget that can actually be pulled off. And it is difficult when you watch our shows and you see these tight budgets and all this work that happens. Well, we get a lot of free stuff for the show. We stretch budgets really well. All of the contractors and the trades have to give us first priority. They can never delay us. So it does sometimes set an unrealistic expectation for people that they'll be able to do it the same, unless you're working with a show. Even our construction company outside of the show would normally take 2 or 3 times longer to do a project.
So many homeowners try to take on the project as their own boss instead of hiring a contractor or a designer to work with them. And it's really tough. So if you don't know what you're doing, it's really important to bring in the professionals. And by the way, may I say for QuickBooks, thank you. I'm an organization freak. I love being organized. I love efficiency. So thank you for keeping us organized. Yeah.
Okay. More people, more questions, or okay.
Right at the back. Oh, there.
Olá, eu sou Débora Rebelato, sou designer de interiores. Gosto muito do programa de vocês, me inspiro muito no trabalho de vocês. E eu percebo muita humanidade no trabalho de vocês, em questão aos seus clientes, como já foram dito aqui. Eu queria uma dica de vocês quando a gente percebe, por exemplo, que o cliente não gostou daquela peça que a gente sugeriu, né? Ou então o orçamento está um pouquinho apertado, e o que vocês fazem com isso para tentar substituir algo que o cliente não gostou muito?
Yeah, great question. As a professional, just like as a designer like us, it's so important. Yeah, Jonathan just, smacks him around a bit. It's important to create a relationship and to create trust, because it's the same whether you're a real estate agent or a designer or a contractor. If your client doesn't trust you, then it's never going to work out. So first, establishing that trust, then we know when we can really push back. If they say they don't like something, a lot of times the only reason they'll say they don't like an idea is because they've never seen it before. They can't visualize what it would look like in a space.
Not that here in Brazil, if a new product comes along, people are not sure about it.
Like open concept and drywall, anybody?
Yeah, I've heard that the biggest problem is here that people are skeptical of new products when they come in. So they're like, I don't know. But it's about doing your research and making sure you know what's actually going to last longer or look better. So you don't need to be skeptical if you can do your research.
And the one part of that too is when we're working with clients, obviously they're the ones who are going to live in the home. So we want to make sure that the house is beautiful for them. So we really listen to what's important to them. And then that's when we start to filter out when they start arguing something. Is it them just being biased because they don't know? Or is it them being saying no because there's something that means a lot to them? So it's all about trust.
There's also another thing that happens, add-ons. Do you know what I mean when I say add-ons? You have a budget, you do your renovation, and in the middle of it, they start adding big screen TV, adding, bookshelves, adding another bathroom, adding a basement to his house. Everybody does add-ons, so you have to watch that as well, because sometimes the add-ons get way out of control, and then people are surprised at the end when all of a sudden they're 50% over budget.
Yeah. Was it over here? Yeah.
Hello, my name is Chris. I'm the manager director of Ariadna Advertising Agency, and my question is a little bit weird. Did you have any couple asking something like the red room of pain, weird room for pets, something really
50 Shades of Grey?
Yeah,
so,
something like that with ties.
When I was renovating Drew's house... So we had one episode of Property Brothers where we were showing the house, and it was, I don't know if you remember, there were twin women.
Sandy and
Susie. Love them, they were hilarious. But when we were showing the house, in the bedroom, there was this swing. And she's like, why the heck is there a swing in the bedroom?
Understand.
That's so weird. And when we explained it was a sex swing, she was mortified. I'm like, don't worry about it, we'll take it out. So we took it out, renovated, finished the whole house, did the reveal, and very emotional. She loved the reveal, it was great. And then when we were all done and Drew and I were leaving, we snuck back into the room and we reinstalled the swing and we left. And as we were walking down the street to our vehicle, we just heard, "No!" And so
worth it.
Okay, guys, I think it's selfie time.
Selfie time. I can do a selfie. I have a built-in selfie stick right here.
Okay, let's do it. Oh my God! Gente, vocês podem levantar e chegar um pouquinho mais perto?
Obrigado. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Be sure to post these pictures on social media and tag us, Mr. Silver Scott, Mr. Drew Scott. Thank you so much.